Hey guys, welcome back to another session of Final Fantasy XIV Online, Realm Reborn, Stormblood, Heavensward, Shadowbringers. Yeah, this is how we're starting. All right, cool. It's been a while, like usual. And I've been like looking around what to do and trying to grab things to do in the game. Things I haven't done before, like the fuck was this quest called? It's the weapons quest for Gernholt, and it ties in with Sid's past. Then I also did the Blue Mage stuff, or rather, I got power leveled by Daniel in Azizla. Because apparently that's still a thing. And I got the Qatari from Shadowbringers, which is the Gatherings quest. I think it's strictly for Disciples of Gathering. And yeah, just doing some stuff. And then I realized that I haven't done the role quests in Shadowbringers. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna I think, actually don't know which role this is, but I am a black mage, so I would guess it's the DPS one. Let me guess, you're standing in front of Serig, bounty hunter non-parallel. What the fuck is that word? Because you have a mind to aid me in felling of dread thronenesses. Yeah. Do I have the right of it, or do I have the right of it? Bro, what's it? That's his name? I didn't know better. I could have sworn you suggested that you're unfamiliar with Phronesis. But that couldn't be. No sinner worth his salt could be so ignorant. Ouch. Allow me to elaborate. Phronesis isn't your run-of-the-mill stray sin eater. He's one of the nastiest the realm has seen, formed from the remains of one of those gods damned warriors of light. There are 4 of them all told. Crawled up in the bowels of the deepest hell after being buried for nigh on a century. If the tales are true, people have come to call them the Cardinal of Virtues. Before he was transformed into a Sin Eater, Phronesis was none other than Archmagus Nyelbert, whose baleful magics were fueled the realm over. Though it's only been a few short years since he showed up in Amarang, he's already preyed on far too many innocents with his foul sorcery. Not keen on seeing their trade routes disrupted, the local merchants have placed a healthy bounty on his head. Of course, I'd like nothing more than to fell the fiend single-handed and claim the entire bounty for myself. Unfortunately, circumstances have dictated that I recruit a companion. That's where you come in. Provided that you can prove to me that you possess the rather specialized set of skills that I require, I promise I'll make it worth your while. Not bad an offer, wouldn't you say? Fancy yourself up to the task, come find me in Amarang. Mean to set off for there shortly. Apparently, if you finish all the role class quests, you will get a bonus cutscene. What is this one? Physical DPS. Fudge! Oh no, so this is magical DPS. Oh no. And this is probably the tank. Yeah. Alright, so I got my range DPS, the highest is the machinist, which is 71. And that's way far off from where it should be, which is 80. So I can do all these class quests in one go. Alright, but we are off to Amarang. Oh. Right in the starting position, huh? So my black mage isn't like optimized for gear. It just has like all the leftover Eden's Call pieces that I gathered up while doing the weekly Eden's Call stuff. And it also has a couple of like Deep Shadow stuff that I bought with my tombstones. But yeah, that's where it is, 467 for item level. The Dark Knight is almost at 80, so I can start that soon. As soon as it hits 80, I'll start recording again. And once the Machinist is up there too, I'll start that one ASAP. So you came! It's good to see someone who isn't all talk. As fortune would have it, the Sin Eater, a far less imposing specimen than Phronosis, of course, has been sighted just to the west of here. Prove to me you have the skill to back up your words, and we'll talk further. There's also the crafting level 80 quest in Pelusia that I still haven't started. Because I feel that'll be interesting. And I wanted to save it for later. Could be totally wrong. It's been a while, so don't judge me on how I do my rotations. This. And oh. Okay, it's dead, never mind. Oh right, it's level 70. Haha! You were just watching? Good chill, my friend. I wasn't sure what to expect from you, but seeing you in battle has left me with little doubt. Seems I found myself a formidable ally. And so I'll extend the offer in earnest. Help me hunt down Phronosis, and we'll split the bounty down the middle. Well, what do you say? That's the spirit. Now, there's more you should know before we proceed. Come with me to Mortsuk, my base of operations, and I'll fill you in on the details. Why do I feel like he's like Phronosis' long lost brother or something like that? And he's just using me until the last battle where he actually contributes. I could be wrong. Maybe he'll just be moral support, like the last one. Alright, Sarah, come here. Welcome to Mortsuk, my friend. As you can see, it's a bustling trade post, frequented by merchants from across the realm. At least it was before Phronosis showed up and started preying on unwitting travelers, hence the bounty you see. The lucrative reward has attracted the attention of one capable bounty hunter after the next, yet the fiend still roams free. You can probably imagine why. Those few who have seen Phronosis and return to tell the tale speak of the great horrors they witnessed. Cavernous black holes materializing out of thin air, swallowing everything around them into the abyss. Oh, is that you? People have taken to calling them the Hollows. Rumor has it that one barely has time to lay eyes on Phronosis before he summons forth the Hollows, which proceed to consume everything in sight. And I do mean everything. Just the other day, an entire caravan was devoured by the Hollows, leaving only nothingness behind. Mages have postulated that these holes are literally tears in the fabric of our reality, gateways to other worlds, to put it in another way. At any rate, suffice to say that the next man to come back from the void will be the first. Imagine that's a portal to the first source. And yet, there's something odd about it all. Witnesses say that Phronosis doesn't seem to go out of his way to prey on people or settlements. He simply shambles across the wastes, summoning hollows one after the next, and destruction follows as a matter of course. Needless to say, drawing too near to the fiend is tantamount to suicide. Even attacks from afar have been all but futile, as Phronosis simply summons the hollows to consume every incoming arrow. With every conceivable means of attack foiled, even the most savvy bounty hunter have all but thrown up their hands, even though the bounty now stands at some 9-10-fold the original amount. Damn! I'm a different mind, however. The way I see it, if only there was a way to neutralize the hollows, we would have more of a chance to stand against Phronosis himself. This is why I require your services. Your easy triumph over the Sin Eater spoke clear. You're a mage of no common skill. If anyone has the arcane knowledge and aptitude to help me figure out a way to defend against the hollows, it's you. Against black holes? I don't have like anything. I guess I do have like 2 xenophons, but there's not black holes. Don't worry, I fully intend to shoulder my share of the burden, and so I plan to gather information we need before asking you to put yourself in harm's way. And with that, I'd best get to work. Once I've formulated the proper plan of attack, we'll talk again. Till then, I suggest you continue to hone your casting skills. The battle that awaits us will not be an easy one. Oh, I get an experience from this, fuck. Oh, that's fine. Actually, yeah, it's fine. I don't have a class that I can switch to. And there you are. Your timing couldn't be better. As luck would have it, a little bird told me that Ferocis was sighted in the vicinity not long ago. Don't you worry, I have no intention of running in like a fool. My plan is to shadow the Sin Eater from afar, that we might observe the hollows with our own eyes and formulate a suitable plan of attack. Hey! How was the... Oh. Oh shit, I accidentally... Did no tears for the little fellow friend. His sacrifice will be the key to our success. And yet, as you can see, not quite the best of state of repair. Perry lent me in procuring what we need to get him back to his feet. What? I missed that last bubble. I don't know what he's talking about. You're a lifesaver, friend. I just spotted nasty looking sandskin similarly. What? Lurking about the least of here. And I do believe one of their attendants should serve well to put some spring back into the little fellow's step. Snag one for me and I'll see to the repairs. I don't... I skipped it. Explains his plan, which employs mannequin to trail the Sin Eater and observe... Oh, like a drone. Alright. Sandskin. Right here. Oh, okay. Was pretty easy. Sorry, I had to pause earlier because all came back with. That was nice. Any luck finding the tendon? For my part, I've acquired something that should serve as a makeshift gear. Cost me an arm and leg, but hey, if it helps us claim the bounty in the end, it'll be more than worth it. Perfect. Yes, I reckon this is durable and elastic enough to replace the mannequin's snapped drive belt. I'll fetch my toolbox and get started straight away. In the meantime, why don't you scout out a suitable lookout point? Ferocis was last sighted just southeast of town. Try to find us a spot in higher ground out of sight from the main thoroughfare. Alright. We're off. Ooh. Sure. Unknown color. A lot of unknown colors lately. Oh. 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 Oh there, friend. As you can see, our clockwork friend is back in tip-top shape. And since it appears you found us a perfect lookout spot, why don't we get down to work? I'll kindle a fire. It might be here for a while. That's gonna shadow Sin Eater? Oh, that was fast. Well, I'll be. There's the bastard. Look closely now and hold your gaze. You must witness the sheer horror with your own two eyes. He's just there. And he's just gonna cast the fucking black hole. No, we mustn't send out the mannequin too soon. If Renessa sees it, he may very well blast it to bits before it has a chance to investigate the hollows. Wait, he just leaves it there? And there he goes. I'll send the mannequin in to trail him. Let's sit back and enjoy the show. He's so janky. Oh, and he's gone. Just as I expected, gone without a trace. Shed no tears for our little friend. Through his sacrifice, we now know just how much distance we must keep from the hollows to avoid being sucked into the void. Now it's our turn. Let's edge a bit closer and see what we can observe. Mind you, take care not to wander too close, lest you fancy a vacation to a dark, shadowy abyss. But what if I want to go in? Can I cast spells into it? Oh, that's ominous. As if a shadowy whirlwind rages inside, ready to suck anything and everything into the void. I've seen many a horrific sight in my day, but this sends a shiver up my spine. It's just black hole. Let me out, it's so dark in here. What the fuck? Why the pale face, friend? You look like as if you've seen a ghost. I heard a voice inside. A voice, you say? From inside the hollow? But that's impossible. Is anyone out there? Please help me. Help me get out of here. It's a trap! Are you alive? I mean, yeah, I guess, but still. Is that a voice? Is someone out there? If you can hear me, please, you must help me. I can't see anything. No road, no trees, not even an aether current to follow. Which way do I go? How do I get out of this place? This voice. What in the God's name is it saying? Well, he's lost in the void. The voice of a boy, you say. Claims he's lost inside and no aether current to follow. Sounds like he's just drifted in the flow. Not in luck. What would happen if an aetherite to which one was teleporting was destroyed in mid-journey? Wait, what? That can happen? Wait a minute. What if there's some way you can channel your aether into the void? Maybe not. Might that not allow your etheric form to serve as a beacon to sorts to guide the child back to us? Of course, not that I know how we'd go about that. You reckon you could just do that? I won't even ask of how. Do your damnedest. Oh, right. Sure. Wicked white. I knew you were no ordinary sinner, but even if you still find even still you find ways to surprise me. It's kinda neat. What? Gosh. Where am I? I'll be damned. There was a child inside. Our little expedition has left us with more questions than answers, eh? But for now, this boy needs our care. Let us carry him back to Mordsu. Find him a warm bed and some nourishment. Okay, I was just told at 2 p.m. that I was a meeting, and I had to stay quiet. It's only at 2 though. It's 1:26. I have 4 minutes. It just blurred. Be a nuisance. The boy's resting now. He is weak, but not wounded. At least as far as I can tell. Needless to say, you say that a lot. His presence raises questions. Are there others trapped in the other side of the hollows? If so, might they also be returned to our world alive? Oh, that's maybe what Phronesis is doing. There's much we must ask him when he awakes. On another subject, this might be an odd question, but have you ever looked after a child before? Have I? What do you think? That makes 2 of us. Bounty hunters like me don't get much opportunity for babysitting. Still, until we track down the boy's parents, I suppose I have little choice but to look after him myself. I suppose the first order of the day should be to get some food in his belly. He does look terribly pale after all. He thinks I'll go hunting for some meat. No, perhaps I should take him to the physician first? After all, he may be suffering from some ailment inscrutable to the eye. Or maybe I should... Damn it all, I knew I wasn't cut up for this. I mean, if you're worrying that much, then you're doing pretty well. Ah, there you are. You'll be happy to know that the boy is awake and seems to be no worse for the wear. Physically speaking, at least. There's just one rub, you see. He has no recollection of where he came from, or just how he managed to get swallowed up in the void. What? Easier? In fact, other than his own name, Taynor, he can't remember much of anything at all. He seems a good lad, mind you. Keeps my half-arsed cooking with a smile and nary a word of complaint. Yet I reckon he's hurting inside, and badly. We must reunite him with his parents with all due speed. I suggested that he go for a stroll around Mordsuk in the hopes that these sights might help jog his memory. He can't have wandered far. Why don't you go check up on him? Alright. He's right here. Do not tell me. You are the one who rescued me from the flow, yes? I feel from you the same warmth that reached out to me when I was adrift in the aether. I'll be damned. Boy's a sharp one. And that's not the least of it. The care who examined him said they could feel great power welling up within him. Despite his young age, Taynor here seems to possess a remarkable command of the magical arts. Magical. Perhaps I do, and yet I cannot say. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of who I am or where I came from. Only the darkness. No need for apologies, boy. You did well just to make it back to us. Speaking of which, can you remember anything at all of what you felt when you were adrift in the void? I remember, or at least I think I do. I recall a vague sensation of someone passing alongside me. Indeed, I believe this is what roused me from my slumber. If the Hollows truly are a gate between worlds, that would mean that someone recently traveled from ours to another, or from another to ours. But that's not possible, or is it? You'd be surprised. How many were there? 8 of us? You know something I don't, friend. Worry not, I won't pry for details. Well, no sense racking our brains over matters beyond our comprehension. Let's concentrate on what we can do, namely finding the boy here a home. No doubt his memories will come back to him in due time. Really do that for me? But the 2 of you have already saved my life. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. It's no burden at all. What? Besides, if we can figure out just who you are and where you came from, it might just lead us to the answers we seek. Now let's consider the options. One possibility is that you're an orphan, all alone in this world with not a soul to care for or look after you. And yet, this seems unlikely. Yes, the mystical art powers you possess say otherwise. Are you truly as skilled in magic as they say, then it stands to reason that someone trained you in the art. Who this master of yours is, and whether you are their blood or simply received their tutelage, this I cannot say. But either way, I'm certain they're worried sick about you. If that truly is so, I would very much like to meet this person too. A good sign. That settles it then. Let's get down to business. I took the liberty of inquiring around Mordsuk in the Crystarium. Unfortunately, there have been no reports of missing persons matching Taynor's description, which means that we have no choice but to take our search elsewhere. I know of a merchant in town whose travels often take him far afield. Let's have a talk with him and see if he's heard anything, any helpful rumors. Alright. Or maybe he's closely related to Phronesis somehow. Savvy merchant. Rumors of a missing boy, you say? Funny that you ask, it's a long shot, I reckon, but I heard something the other day that might be of use. On my way to Mordsuk, I stopped over at the inn at Journey's Head. There I met an ailing mage. As the carriers told it, he'd been ambushed by a Sin Eater and was separated from his child in the battle. What the hells could it be? If the Sin Eater that attacked the poor man was Phronesis, that would explain everything. This man you speak of could be my father? We must go to him at once. Agreed. I only hope that man is there's no point in presuming the worst. Let us make for the inn and see what the carriers there can tell us. Where was Journey's Head again? Oh. I mean, knowing my computer, it's probably faster to travel there manually than teleport there because the loading time is so long. No, actually, not that long. Good job, computer. Oh there, I hear there's a mage in your care who's lost his boy. Well, I do believe we have him right here. I fear there must be some mistake. The boy in question has already been found. This is him right here. What? So it wasn't my father after all? This boy with you, he too has been separated from his family? Just so. We heard that a man here was looking for a son and we just hoped. Alas, it seems it wasn't meant to be. But there are many people here, yes? Might I ask around and see if any of the others are my family? But of course. Yet many of the people here are quite ill, and in many cases, in considerable pain. It is not a place for a young child to walk around unattended. Indeed, it's not. Guess that means either myself or Ifu here should accompany him. I'll go with him. The walk might help me take my mind off things. Not a bad idea if the lad doesn't mind. I reckon Taynor would rather be with someone of his own age. Take his mind off things? Speaking of which, how's the boy's father holding up? I fear the poor man has already departed on this journey. He is a man no longer. Oh. The child insisted upon staying by his father's side until the last. I permitted this out of respect for him, though part of me regrets the choice. None so young should suffer such harms. It was some small solace to learn that he has living relatives who reside at the Crystarium. In fact, I was just making preparations to escorting them myself. Blech. I see. Reckon we should also find someone to look after Taynor as well. Don't get me wrong, friend. I haven't given up on the prospect of finding a boys' fan. But we have no other leads. A deadly Sin Eater is still on the loose. If the lad tags along with us every step of the way, he's far. Oops. Here's what I propose. We find someone to watch over Taynor for the time being, get back on the hunt, and gather whatever clues we can find of his origins along the way. Yeah, but we gotta see if he's safe. Aye, that goes without saying. Let us have a talk with the proprietor of the Wandering Stairs. He's a kindly enough chap and knows damn near everyone in these parts. With any luck, he'll be able to direct us to a willing and able guardian. Look, I don't like this any more than you do, but it's the best we can do for the boy given our circumstances. At any rate, let's find him and share the news. Don't worry, it's my decision, and I intend to take responsibility for it. Huh, okay. I expected him to be like, you break the news to the boy. Wait, where is he? Bad news, friends. It seems the two young ones got into a quarrel of sorts, and Taynor's up and run away. Seems the lad mentioned how he'd come out from one of the hollows. The other boy put two and two together and figured he'd been attacked by a Sin Eater. And I said my dad was attacked by a Sin Eater. Then he turned into one himself. So I asked, what if you turn into a Sin Eater too? Taynor's face went all white. He kept saying, what do you mean? What do you mean? Over and over and over again. I just couldn't take it anymore. Before I knew it, I was shouting at him, shut up, just shut up. Bet you're turning into a Sin Eater already. Why did I say such a mean and nasty thing? Don't be so hard on yourself, lad. Both of you have a rough go of these past few days. Nobody could blame either one of you for feeling a bit on edge. But we must hurry and find Taynor before he comes to harm. Let's split up. I'll search for the west and you take the east. Be careful out there. And they're just kids, so actually more understandable that he's lashing out like this. Kinda sad. It's a lot of things that you don't really see around here. Oh no, my troop. Get out of the way. When I heard the clamor of battle, I feared the worst, but I see that you have everything under control. Are you okay, lad? Forgive me. I don't deserve this kindness. I was just so scared. Worried about what would become of me if I never recovered my memories. And I started thinking, what if I ended up like that boy's father? What if it's already happening to me? That's one matter you needn't worry yourself with. The care who examined you told me as much. Covered no direct wounds, and you're in no more danger of turning into a Sin Eater than Ifu or me. That's so. It's good to hear, but I must apologize to that boy. Should have known better than to badger him about such things, especially after what happened to his father. Funny thing that he was saying the same thing about you. We both have good hearts, lad. You've been through more than any man should. No need to be ashamed about your feelings. There's still so much I do not understand about the world. Why does no one here know of me? Am I doomed to be alone for the rest of my days? Must it be this way? If only I could remember something. Anything. I'm sick of not knowing who I am. Sick of being alone. Oh, what? I have an echo. What? Oh. Gutsy! Wait a second, what? What? Now it's your turn, Taynor. And do not be disheartened by your last attempt. Even the greatest of mages have known failure. Wait, is that for Gnosis? As a kid? Your command of magic is so equal of my own. If I can succeed, there is no reason why you cannot. Free your mind of worry and focus. That's gotta be him. Thank you, Nyelbert. It is. I shall try my best. What? He's like a couple 100 years old. Few time skips in the hollows. That is insane. Wicked, wait, are you alright, Ifu? Oh boy. I remember now. I was standing here on the blighted plains, head hung low in shame. Then Nyelbert turned to me with a smile and heartening words. Nyelbert. Why does the name sound so familiar? I reckon we've much to discuss, but not in this god's forsaken place. Head back to the inn and see if we can't get to the bottom of it. Taynor, are you alright? I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have said those nasty things. Forgive me for reacting as I did. I'm fine. In fact, I seem to have recovered some of my memories. Really? That's wonderful. Maybe you won't feel so scared and alone all the time. Anymore. I'm leaving to go live in the Castellarium with my relatives. Promise me you'll come visit? I mean, after you get your memories back, after all. Of course. Promise. Until next time, my friend. I knew that you two would work things out. Now let us return to Martsuk. We have more than our share of questions that need answering. Gnosis, the name he has gained after becoming a Sin Eater. But Nyelbert is the name of the mage who he grew up with. How long has it been? Who knows? I saw it. You fainted all of a sudden when you came to. A portion of Taynor's memories had returned. What in the world happened out there? have something called the Echo, and it's gonna take a really long time to explain everything. The power to look into the past, eh? And you're certain that what Ifu described matches up with your recollection of the past? I don't know how to break this to you, lad, but your friend Nyelbert, that was with you that day? He's no ordinary boy. He's none other than the very man who became Phnosis, one of those goddamn warriors of light. If he was just a child in your memories, that means that what you saw took place over 100 years ago. Would that be just a coincidence? Another boy with the same name, but no, judging from the formidable command of magic, we can only assume it was him. On the way back, I managed to recall some more about Nyelbert and myself. We were taken in by a group of mages, a consortium of sorts. They were searching for a means to open a hole to another world and were recruiting young children with high magical aptitude for the task. Nyelbert and myself were the two they chose. You can't be serious, and yet that would explain the Sin Eater's ability to summon those damned hollows. And if you possess the same knowledge and training as Nyelbert did, it could also explain why you were able to survive in there all the time. But what I don't understand is, why haven't you aged at all? I cannot say for sure, yet my memories, they're slowly coming back to me. In time, I may be able to find you, may be able to help find a way to close the hollows. It'd be a lifesaver if you could, but don't overburden yourself, you're still recovering after all. In the meantime, don't worry, Ifu and I will see that you're safe. What? I thought Taynor was just a victim of the Sin Eater. To think he was actually friends with the man himself, back when he was still a man. This can't be a simple coincidence. Yes, I'm convinced of it now. The child holds the key to defeating Phnosis. We must keep him safe and not let him out of our sights. Besides, look at how hard he's trying to recover his memories. I'm not so heartless as to kick the poor lad aside before he's figured matters out. You just said... Okay, well... But we can't very well rush things. You and I will continue to prepare for the battle ahead, while waiting for the rest of Taynor's memories to come back. And that is to say, if it's alright with you, lad? Sorry, I couldn't possibly burden you any further. Look, lad, I've only known you for a short while, but I can tell you're a good heart, a good head on your shoulders. I can only begin to imagine the horrors you've been through, not to mention the fears and uncertainty you face even now. But I want you to promise me this, no more apologies. You're no burden to us, not in the least. You're a valuable member of our band. As long as you're willing, I want you with us. Is that right, Ifu? Sure. I see. Thank you, Surig. Ifu, I will aid your quest in whatever way I can. Now that's more like it. We're counting on you, lad. Surig has a good tidings you'd like to share with you. Good news, friends. Taynor here has told me that his memories are starting to come back to him. There's one recollection in particular he says he's eager to discuss with the two of us. Tell us, lad, what is it? Am I getting a flashback, or is he just gonna recollect for us? As time goes by, memories of my earlier days return to me piece by piece. Nyelbert and I were born to members of a great consortium of mages. From our earliest years, we were tutored in the magical arts by some of the realm's greatest scholars. The consortium's leaders sought to find a way to open a hole in time and space, a portal to other worlds from which they could summon forth beasts of great power. Nyelbert and I were chosen to participate in the research. Summoning great beasts from beyond our world. You're a mage, Ifu. Is that even possible? Yeah, probably void set. Void scent? I've never heard of them, but I'll take that answer as a yes. Mages come up with damnedest ideas, and yet I don't understand. Why ever would they use two young boys for such a dangerous experiment? The beast our masters sought to summon reside in the plains most distant from our own. Reaching across such a great distance requires a tremendous store of innate ethereal power, and so our masters set about to breed the perfect mage. Marriages were arranged to wed the mightiest members of the consortium to another, in hopes that it would bring forth children of theretofore unheard of magical aptitude. Finally, they succeeded. So you were born, and Nyelbert. Indeed, from even before we could speak, we were taught the complex implications required to breach the boundaries between worlds. We practiced these spells day after day, night after night for what seemed an eternity. At long last, we were deemed ready to attempt desummoning. Or something went wrong. Sadly, the experiment ended in failure. The pull from beyond the rift was too strong to resist, and I was sucked into the hollow of my own creation. There I remained trapped, alone and adrift in that empty void until Ifu called me back to this world. Alas, over a century had passed since that fateful day. Damn. Jeez. I wonder if century has passed in his time, in his memory of time, or it's only been like a minute for him. It's one thing I still don't understand. If so many years have truly passed, why is it that you have not changed even a whit? I cannot say for certain, but I remember the words of one of my teachers. The rift is unlike a border between countless worlds, a place that exists beyond time and space. If it is true that the rift exists outside of our concept of time, then it is all too possible that even seconds spent in that empty pocket could correspond to months, years, or decades in our world. So yeah, no, it's only been like a couple of minutes for him. So you've returned to us just as you were that day, even while over a century has passed for the rest of us. But why didn't Nyelbert save you? Shouldn't have been as simple as opening up another portal to the void where you were trapped? I fear that would be close to impossible. Opening the portal and reaching as far into the rift as we did required all of our energies to focus on unison. When losing you, not only did Nyelbert lose his friend, he lost his only chance at saving you. Talk about being dealt a rough hand. Fear not. I have good news to share as well. I do believe I've managed to recall the incantations needed to summon and manipulate the hollows. Summoning beasts from beyond the rift is far beyond my powers, but I just might be able to seal up the hollows Phronosis so enjoys summoning. What say you, friends? Shall I give it a try? Oh, that's music to my ears. Let's not be too hasty. After all, the last time you tried to use this magic, there were some complications, to say the least. Yes, we must take the necessary precautions before confronting Phronosis in earnest. Let us meet outside the village where Taynor can test out his magic safe from harm. I just realized I didn't meld any material into my equipment. Oh no, actually, there's some stuff taken. Alright, that's fine. As long as like, for now, I don't think I have other material to meld that I want to meld right now. Oh. Is a battle? Wicked White, you did it, lad. Sadly, I have not the strength to reach further beyond, or keep the portal open for more than a few. Now I will need further training before I can face. There he is. No, sis, where the hells did that bastard come from? Oh yeah, portal. Wait, immediately? Oh no. Isn't Serg really close to it? Damn it all, I'm too close. I can feel it pulling me in. No, Nyelbert, these are my friends. You mustn't hurt them. Oh. Maybe the reason he keeps opening up the portals is because he was trying to save his friend. Their decades of time. Oh, this isn't good. The cave-in's completely sealed off the tunnel behind us. We've no recourse but to press on without our companions. Bert! You heard her. What'll it be? Suppose it fails to slay the beast and collect the bounty, perhaps you and your band would care to take the lead. Spare me your japes. No intention of giving up your prize. Mind you, I too have made a promise to my companions. Promise I mean to keep. I told you that splitting up was a bad idea. If Brandon and Rendon Ray were here, this second-rate spellcaster would be no match for us. Now, Silva. Let's not forget our true foe is here. Lament, you're certain that if we slay this monstrosity, the cave-ins will cease? According to the miners, the beast was first sighted the first day the tremors began, its very presence sucking the mountain dry of its aether. We dwarves know these caves as well as we know our own bodies, trust me. Then I suppose we'd best make short work of it before everything comes crashing down. Hey, where do you think you're going? My apologies. I took your ceaseless prattling as an invitation to proceed on my own. Think yourself clever, do you? You have uncommon confidence to think you can spell the beast without aid? Answer me this. Why is it you are so intent on claiming the bounty for your own? The bounty. Why indeed. At any rate, unless you mind to stand around here while we all get crushed, we'd best get moving on, yes? Finally, something we can agree on. And so I have a proposal. Let's say we band together until our battle here is won. The tremors grow stronger. No doubt the cave-in is imminent. Let us vanquish the enemy with our combined strength and quit this place before it becomes our tomb. Until the battle is won, then. After that, I go on my own way. Are they floating? What? Oh, okay, sure. We're doing this. Oh. We'll play. Fire, I guess. it? Oh, it does not work the same way. Seeing we're not the only ones stuck in here, I have a bad feeling about this. That's fine. That's not fine. What is this? It leads deeper within? We really should have asked for a map, not that it would have been much use after all these cave-ins. The fuck is a Trudon? Trudon? Well, aren't you a big boy? Oh, it does damage. Lot of damage. Whoa! Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. That was a really good cover. Still think you could have managed on your own mage? Perhaps. Would have been more of a struggle than I expected. Is that a Minotaur? Dumb question. That's him. He's the one who drinks of the mind's ether. Alright, let's put this oversized bull out to the pasture. Toast. My magics are yours for now. Povian? Oh, this is gonna take a while. Oh, is that like a blower? Oh. Oh god. There we go. slow. Oh. Oh dear. That's kind of impressive for Artford and Sova to do as much damage as a Black Mage. Oh yeah. Almost there. Nice. We've done it now. We've done it. We've now to find ourselves a way out. Gonna use a portal. Armors continue, but why? The fiend has been vanquished. Either return to the mountain. You're wrong. No, it's not the creature itself that's causing the quakes. Yes, the crystal courses with nigh inconceivable power. Vast wellspring of aether accumulated over the ages. Yes, the beast was but a hungry creature drawn here by the stone, as was I. He had no interest in the bounty all along. Stone has been left unchecked for too long. The sheer volume of aether it houses now is so vast and overwhelming it threatens to bring the entire mountain down. Oh shit. Mean to take the stone from this place? But then, what would happen to the mountain? If the the Aether is not returned to the Earth. It is a matter of time until the mine collapses. The miners those who live at the foot of the mountain, countless lives would be lost. There's no time. What can we do? Taynor, my friends. Damn it. Damn it all. Tremors have stopped. Taynor, pray forgive me. I promise you this, as long as I walk this earth, never, never give up. Stone was yours to do with it as you please. Still, you chose the fate of many over that of your friend. In return for your sacrifice, I would make you an offer. Come with us, and let us join you in your search for a means to save your comrade. Life of the adventure isn't an easy one, but I dare say you strike me as the sort who might enjoy it. What say you? We'll travel the realm together and lend our strength to whatever unfortunate souls we encounter along the way. And who knows, before you know it, we might stumble upon a way to rescue your Taynor. I would like that very much. Taynor, forgive me. I know he's called Taynor, but like it's actually a lot easier to say Taynor out loud. Forgive me. I may have failed you today, but mark my words, for as long as I walk this land, I will not abandon hope. I will find a way to bring you back to us. But today I find myself in the company of new companions, and for now I must lend them my strength, just as they lent theirs to me. Ifu, are you alright? Worry not, Phronesis is long gone. I launched a few arrows in its direction while I was distracted by Taynor's spell, and it just stole away. Anyway, I'm just glad you're awake and on your feet again. Come now, let's hurry back to Mordsuk before the bastard has a change of heart and comes back for us. That was his one chance to get Taynor back. Chance. Really gave us a scare back there, clutching her head in pain with a deadly sin in plain sight. Let me guess, you had in one of your visions again, didn't you? take me. So that's how Nyelbert and Ardbert met up. Just goes to show you in that in times of crisis, the bitterest of rivals can turn fast friends. Now let's see, if I have this straight, Nyelbert made it his life's mission to save Taynor here. Knowing that his own energies wouldn't suffice, he went in search of a relic that would afford him the etheric power needed to reach beyond this world. Deep in the mines that day, he found it. Yet, in the end, he decided to sacrifice the stone and his own cause to save the lives of the countless innocents who called the mountain home. So did he take his first step down the path of a hero, a warrior of light. That's why he came back to this place, why he still summons the hollows as he did so many years ago. Aye, there can be no doubting it. Even now, he's become a Sin Eater bereft of memory, reason, and any sense of his own actions. The ghastly shell of what was once Nyelbert still haunts the wastelands for a way to bring back his own friend. I only knew him as a child. The whole idea of Sin Eaters and Warriors of Light was all so new to me. As the pieces came together, I could not truly believe that Nyelbert and Phronosis were one and the same. But then our gazes first met, standing out there in the wastes. In an instant, I knew that without question, this was my friend. A friend who had been searching for me all these years. At last I know what I must do. Must stop Phronosis, and my dear friends may finally find peace. I will do the same. Thank you, my friends. In the battle, I was able to push Phronosis' hollows away from Sirig, only for a short distance. With more training, I'm certain I can learn to close them up entirely. After all, we've already seen it from you. I have no reason to doubt you. Your game, so are we. Finally, some cause for hope, eh? Still, we must exercise caution. The last time the boy worked his magic, our foes showed up faster than you can say Phronosis. While this might be simple coincidence, the likelihood is high that the casting of the spell itself summoned the Sin Eater to us. You'd best avoid casting any similar incantations until we're prepared for the final confrontation. I want you to stay close for now, devote yourself to your studies, and hone your skills to whatever degree you can in the safety of the village. In the meantime, you and I will redouble our training efforts as well. Should we succeed in finding a way to counteract the hollows, it'll come down to our firepower versus our foes. Must be at full strength for the battle, lest we allow victory to slip between our fingers. I think we're like halfway there. Right? Yeah, 78, so 2 more. More after this. Look in your eyes. Yes, I can see that you have gained much strength since we last met. You'll be pleased to hear that Taynor has managed to make steady progress on his training as well. The boy believes he has regained much of the knowledge and skill he possessed before getting sucked into that pocket of time and space. An admirable feat, considering it was not long ago that he could scarcely remember his own name. And yet, there is one aspect of his training that is yet to be addressed. But simply, the boy lacks experience in battle. To work the magic necessary to seal up the hollows, I must maintain perfect focus and clarity of mind. If the Battle of Phronosis is my first, I fear concentration will be disrupted all too easily. And so I thought I'd take the boy out in the wilds, that he might acclimate himself to the battlefield, further hone his command of magic in the process. And yet, we must keep a wide berth of Amarang. Were we to encounter Phronosis before we are fully prepared, the results could be disastrous. And so I propose that we go on an excursion of sorts. Would you be willing to accompany us? I believe there is much the boy could learn from your example. Excellent. Then let us make for Lakeland. East in the Forest of the Lost Shepherd should provide a fair challenge for the boy. To level 70 beasts? Ooh. Oh, isn't it? A big fan of rainy days. Ah, there he is. Now, shall we get down to... Something the matter? How do you like my new clothes, Ifu? Not only are they stylish, why, I can just feel the power welling up from deep within me. They were a present from Sealurk. Isn't he the best? It was a simple investment, nothing more. We must seize every possible advantage if we hope to triumph over our foe. But enough idle chit-chat. We have work to do, Ifu. I would ask you to begin by setting an example for the boy, showing him precisely how you conduct yourself in battle. You can't very well just toss him to the Wolverines all on his own, count me. Now, why don't you get out there and hunt one for us? Taynor, watch carefully and let Ifu show you how it's done. And there's one. I'm just gonna take this. Oh, I shouldn't have taken it. Fuck. Yeah, that wouldn't have been bad if I didn't have triple cast. That was incredible. The sheer destructive power of your spells, the way you seamlessly weaved one incantation after the other, everything. But tell me, what would you say is the most important thing a mage should keep in mind when doing battle with a fearsome foe? Passing your spells, just blast your foes. Just blast them with everything you got. Ah, but of course. Thank you, Ifu. I will endeavor to put everything I have learned from you in practice. Well, here goes nothing. Wait. Crap, where do I... No, that's not it. Curses. Just stay still so I can hit you already. Steady now, don't let the enemy fluster you. Keep your focus. Right, focus. You're a feisty one, aren't you? Ow, that's smart. Seen enough of this. Meanwhile, that was the worst advice I could give. What is happening? Oh. They did it. Oh dear, that didn't go nearly as well as I hoped. Don't get so down on yourself, lad. I shouldn't have jumped in the way I did. I dare say you were starting to get the hang of it at the end. It'd be simple enough to follow Ifu's lead, but when that savage creature stared me down. I was too flustered to put what I learned into practice. Indeed, it is not strength of your magics that's the issue. You must learn to compose yourself. What did you think, Ifu? Are there any words of wisdom you might offer me? Just practice. Thank you. I'm sure you're right. I can't allow my foe to break my concentration like this. Anyway, let me try once more. This time will go better, I promise you. At least he doesn't lack enthusiasm. And he's off. Yes, the boy will be fine. I must stay my hand. I did it! The battle is won. Now that's how you wallop a Wolverine. Well done, lad. I'm proud I could be here for the first victory. You're far too kind. I couldn't have done it without you and Ifu here to show me the way. You have my thanks. Don't let up now, boy. You must keep battling until all of you learn to become second nature. Now, are you ready? Wait, again? That was rather more difficult than I expected, and yet, thanks to you and Searig, I feel like I can hold my own on the battlefield now. I'd have to agree, the way you made short work of that last critter, I'd say it's time you find a more worthy foe. Let us return to Mortsuk and plot our next course of action. Oh, the last battle is coming up. Ooh. You've proven the perfect mentor for the boy, Ifu. Hells, I dare say old Searig here could learn a thing or two from you. Taught him not only how to wield his spells in battle, but how to maintain his focus in the face of danger. Those fundamentals under his belt, it's only a matter of time. It is only a matter of time and practice until he's ready to face Phronosis. I promise you, my friends, I won't let you down. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd best go and write it down, all I've learned today, while it's still fresh in my memory. Good tip. Such passion and determination. This must be the boy he always was before his time beyond the rift stole from him his memories and his spirit. Devotes himself to his training, and that he might help us fell Phronosis and bring his friend a measure of salvation. There's no telling what course the battle will take, but I suspect the boy will be forced to confront his past head-on. It will not be easy for him, yet I believe it is a necessary step for him in order to forge himself a new future. For Taynor's sake, and for the sake of those who call Amarang home, we must triumph in this battle. Not to mention for the sake of our own coin purses, eh? At any rate, I will leave you to your training and return to my own. The final confrontation is close at hand, and we must be ready. Not a lot of experience. We are level 48, or you need like 15 million. Well, look who's back, and looking more imposing than ever, I might add. You'll be pleased to know that Taynor's command of those magics has advanced by leaps and bounds since you left, as he's finally convinced he can hold his own against Phronosis. Truth be told, I worry about the boy. As devoted as he is to his training, I can't help but notice a sad, uneasy look in his eyes from time to time. He insists it's nothing, but of course, but I remain unconvinced. Fellow mage, perhaps you should succeed in reaching out to him where I failed. He should be around here somewhere. Go and find him and see if you can offer him few words of support. I mean, he's gonna off his best friend who's a zombie right now, so makes sense that he's uneasy. Taynor. Oh, hello there, Ifu. Is there something I can do for you? Yurik was worried about me, you say? That is kind of him. I assure you I am completely fine. I owe so much to the both of you. You brought me back from the rift, took me under your ring, pained me and comforted me to the point that my memories and my magic have both returned. I'm finally ready to face my old friend in battle, and it is all because of you. Yet there is a fear growing inside me, a fear that threatens to consume me. In my studies, I have learned much about the Sin Eaters. I learned how those who fall to the most powerful Sin Eaters, like Phronesis, become Sin Eaters themselves, doomed to live out their days as mindless, unholy abomination. If I were to lose my focus in battle, and you or Sirig suffer the same fate as Nyelbert, the only 3 friends I've known in this world, if I lost you all, how could I ever live with myself again? This thought shakes me to my very core. Yeah, if you falter, we'll be there for you. You're right. Mustn't forget that I have 2 strong friends by my side to help me shoulder the burden. Thank you, friends. The task is a daunting one, but I will trust in myself and in the strong, gentle friends who stand by my side. Nothing would make me happier than to help Nyelbert find peace. But that is not the only reason I fight in this battle. I must repay you and Sirig for all you have given me. Not only did the 2 of you bring me back to this world, you have instilled me with a newfound sense of purpose. Yet when the battle is done, you will leave this place. You will embark on new adventures with new companions. Worry not, I will not hold you back or stand in your way. That is another reason I must fight this battle. I must prove to you, to all 3 of my friends, that I'm strong enough to get by on my own. Be strong, Taynor, you can do this. Sorry, perhaps I got a little carried away there. In any event, we should go tell Sirig that I'm ready. The final battle. You're finally back, I see. I was starting to get worried. I trust this means you're ready to do battle with Phronesis. I am. Let us put an end to this nightmare and set Nyelbert and the people of this land free. That's the spirit. Alright. Plan is to lure Phronesis to us by the same method as last time. We'll venture to the central hills of Amber, a safe distance away from the city, and Taynor will summon forth a hollow. It should be only a matter of time before our quarry arrives. I believe our chances are best if we can lure Phronesis to a wide open space, where we'll have complete freedom to maneuver. The hills of Amber should suffice. If you're ready, let us away at once. Oh boy. Can I fly over this? Oh, I can. Here we go. I'm ready. Let us begin. Over here. It's him. Yes, I knew you'd come. Well, I guess we won't be needing this anymore. Give it up, Nyelbert. My spells are more than a match for your own. These are my friends. I will not let you take them. Do you hear me, Nyelbert? Your long nightmare and ours shall end this day. Here we go. 2 mages and an archer against the strongest black mage in existence. Oh! Uh-oh. Ow. Oh, I lost it, fuck. Oh no, I have to wait so long. There we go. Oh shit. Oh. What? What do I do with this? Oh. Okay. Oh boy. Oh! Oh. Oh, that was rough. Especially at that beginning part when I almost died. Oh. Forgive me, Taynor. Far and wide did I travel with my companions, all the while searching for a way, any way at all, to bring you back to this world. And yet, in the end, it was all in vain. Though I treasured the adventures I had with Artbert and the others, my choice was that fateful day forever haunted me. What if I had run off with the stone and used its powers to rescue you as always intended? What adventures might we have shared? I sunk into the depths of despair and felt myself a wretch for doing so, for by what right do I pity myself when it was I who consigned you to a far more cruel and tragic a fate? Whatever pain, whatever loss I knew is nothing compared to what you suffered, what you still suffer. Abandoned by your only friend, cast adrift in the cold dark void until the end of time. Yes, no doubt you are still out there beyond the rift, cursing my name to this very day. That's not true, Nyelbert. I'm right here. And yet, even if you despise me for every fiber of your being, even still I would give anything to see you just one last time. You could curse me, revile me, rain fists and magics down upon me. It would all be worth it, just for the chance to say I'm sorry. Stop it, Nyelbert. Please stop saying those things. Even after you had your mind, your heart, Your very humanity ripped from you still. Still, for all these years, you kept searching for me. How could I ever hate my best friend? Don't you see, old friend? It was Ifu here who brought me back to this world, but it was you who guided him to me. I've suffered long enough, my friend. I can take care of myself now. You need not worry about me any longer. So please rest peacefully. Oh, and God damn it, Dan. I should just turn off Discord. That was such a wonderful moment. It's over at last. You don't need to explain it to me. I know that Nyelbert we saw just a memory. Reflection from the crystal. That my friend truly passed years and years ago. And yet, even of those words will never reach Nyelbert, saying them aloud gave me a measure of peace. I have no regrets today. But we should get back to town before any more sin eaters take notice of us, yes? I'll say, after that battle I could use a rest. I reckon Ifu here could as well. Shall we head back to Mordsuk? Oh, what did he say? What did Dan say? Oh, he'll be on soon. Okay. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, I'm happy to report that tales of our triumph are already spreading across town like wildfire. Word has it that the merchants are so grateful that they intend to sweeten the bounty with a generous personal reward. Friends, I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, Nyelbert has found peace, and I can finally close the book on this chapter of my past. Every day I thank the gods for having brought us together. Feelings mutual, lad. To be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect when you popped out of that hole, but it's been a pleasure having you at our side. So tell me, now that you've made peace with your past, what do you plan to do with your future? You and Ifu had trained me well, and I'm quite confident that I can hold my own in the battlefield. Perhaps I will travel the land and see if I might use my abilities to help those in need. If I didn't know any better, I'd think those were the words of someone twice your age. If that truly your intention, then I have something of a plan. First, I'll need Ifu here's permission. It's just a thought I had, but let's say we give the lion's share of the bounty to Taynor here. I reckon he needs it more than we do, and besides, we couldn't have won the battle without him. You owe me one. Yeah, of course. You owe me one. I knew you'd feel the same. It's the least we could do to help the boy forge a path and future for himself. My friends, I could never take advantage of your kindness like that. Nothing of it. It's not easy for a boy your age to make his way in your world, and this is the least we can do. Think of it as a parting gift from your brothers in arms. Thank you, Sirig. Thank you, Ifu. As long as I live, I will never forget your generosity. Finally, I have one last proposal for you, if you're keen to hear it. There's this bounty hunter I know. He can hold his own with the bow, but he's always thought he could use a bigger marks if he had a skilled mate at his side. Oh, I thought he was gonna rhyme that. If you're looking for a partner, that is. Sirig? You could not possibly mean. Of course I'm saying it. So, what'll it be? Yes, Yes, 1,000 times yes. Why nothing would make me happier. I suppose that settles it. Welcome aboard, lad. Got a feeling that this is only the beginning of a rewarding relationship. And on that note, I do believe my new partner and I are off to the Prestarium to find ourselves a new mark. Not too much to ask, why don't you join us there? I still owe you your share of the bounty. I reckon it's a good place to say our proper farewells. And that is where we met. A good ending to a good roll quest. Oh man, that battle was so stressful. You had no idea I had to stay quiet for that entire thing. Ah, Ifu, glad you can join us. Taynor and I just arrived a short while ago ourselves. The boy's keen on starting his new life as a bounty hunter, to say the least. Got no end of questions, that one, but there's only so much I can teach him. The rest he will have to learn from experience. And so I intend to do what I can to show him the world and keep him safe. So don't worry about us. Between my bow and his magics, I reckon we'll be able to hold our own out there. That said, should we ever find ourselves on the trail of a particularly nasty foe, hope you'll not be averse to letting us your strength once more. Yes, somehow I have a feeling that it won't take another 100 years for our paths to cross again. Till then, friend, stay sheltered in the shade. Hey! That's another one. Alright, cool, that was fun. There are 2 left. And I will probably be doing the tank one next, because I don't know if this is, even with like daily roulette for like maybe 3 days, it'll get me to like 76, 77. Hopefully I'll get there by the end of the week. But yeah, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in one, hopefully. Alright guys, have a good one. Bye bye.